Hello and welcome to pod 107 of Let's Play Dangan Ronpa. When we left off, we were about to do the climax in Variance or whatever the hell you call it. So, let's run the emulation. Alright, so we're going... So this is complicated and long. Okie dokie. So that bit's not a justice hammer, so that goes there. There's Piggy dragging it along. I have no clue what's going on there. Alright. So they're formulating a plan of some sort. There's this, no, not that one, this one. Going there. And we need Hayakure to go there. Need the picture. Ishimaru, we need a watch. Hold on. So was this one... That's the wrong time, that was meant to be 2 o'clock, but whatever. Oh, holy crap. So, it's one of them. Roughly, maybe? This is wrong, so very wrong. As the first step in preparing for this crime, the culprit joined forces with a certain person. Yamada. By making Yamada into their accomplice, the culprit was able to execute this series of crimes. Unfortunately, my laptop seems to have gone fucked itself, so if at any point my voice dips below the volume of the game, that's because I can't edit my volume for some reason. Alright. Oh yay, I got it right. Got it right for once. First thing they did was invite a certain person to a rec room last night at 1 AM. And that person was Hayakure. Culprits called Hayakure there so they could frame the crimes on him. First they drugged him, then they dressed the unconscious Hayakure in the Justice Robo costume. Yamada pretended to be held captive by Justice Robo, and the culprit photographed him, all for the sake of fabricating evidence of a madman and casting suspicion onto Hayakure. After that, the culprit shut Hayakure, still out cold, in the locker by the pool. and at long last 6 AM rolled around, and the culprits moved into the murder phase of their plan. They summoned Ishimaru to the physics prep room. And there Yamada committed the first murder by killing Ishimaru. The weapon he used was Justice Hammer number 4, the hammer we found in the physics prep room. The use of hammer number 4 for the first murder was a red herring intended to confuse the order of events. Okay, that obviously doesn't go there. The next thing the culprit and Yamada did was fake having been attacked. In doing so, they set themselves up as victims and directed suspicion at Justice Robo. The first fake attack was in the rec room. Showing us Justice Hammer number 1 and the Justice Robo photograph, the culprit convinced us the attack was real. And then there was the second fake, the attack in the library. It was constructed with Yamada's injury and Justice Hammer number 2. In manufacturing and showing us these two incidents, the culprits planted a certain notion in our heads that the mysterious madman was attacking people using progressively larger hammers. And carrying that misconception, we all set out to find the madman as quickly as possible. Yeah. Yep, I knew that one was wrong. I told you all that one was wrong. Do we need a non-bloody hammer? I know that one's right. So we must need a non-bloody hammer for this bit. And then a bloody hammer for the next bit. Of course, because that one says Justice Hammer number 2 and this one's number 3. Duh! Right, that shouldn't be wrong now. Yeah, you told me that bit. When we did, we left Yamada in the infirmary, all by himself. That was exactly what Yamada wanted, left unattended in the infirmary. He made use of the transfusion bags in the fridge and Justice Hammer number 3 to fake his own death, to make it appear as though he had been murdered. Hearing Yamada scream, we returned to the infirmary and found him there, on the stage of his murder. I love the way that Celeste at this point is still in, like, masked identity, rather than being Celeste because we know that it was Celeste there. On top of that, at the very same time, Ishimaru's corpse was discovered in the physics prep room. And because of the corpse discovery announcement that triggered, we mistakenly assumed Yamada to be dead. Having successfully deceived us, Yamada waited for the moment everyone was out of the infirmary, and slipped away. After learning of Yamada's disappearance, we hurriedly regrouped in the infirmary, and making use of that hole in our defences, Yamada snuck into the physics prep room. Wrapped Ishimaru's corpse in a vinyl sheet and transported it to the art storage room on the trolley. And that's the truth behind the case of the disappearing corpses. But Yamada didn't know the extent of the true culprit's plan, that it had been manipulated. The true endgame to the true culprit's plan was the murder of their accomplice Yamada, using one of the hammers in the art storage room. That covers everything from this case, and the one who created and executed the plan was. Celeste, you lose. Complex. Lose? I lose? How long has it been since I last heard those words? They're powerful words. So you admit it, but you're the culprit. My goodness, you could at least do me the favour of using my real name. Celestia Ludenberg, or rather, you can call me Tejo Yasuhiro. You finally given up your facade then, huh? I'm not such a sore loser as to go down kicking and screaming when defeat catches up to me. I see. Okay, that's alright. I only lost 76 points in the entire bat. And it's 78 medals. Oh, what joy in Chapter 4 you get to go and spend freaking hours on the mono machine. Monokuma, would you kindly begin? No. Would you kindly end this? Talking about the event you've all been waiting for? Ballot time? Sure, why not? Let's get rolling. Okay, you guys, please cast your ballots. Why the fuck does it carry on doing that? Using the switch in front of you. So, what will your verdict be? Who's tonight's villain? Will it be right, or will it be oh so wrong? What could it be? Oh, for the love of God, put music on! God dang it! This probably goes without saying, but you guys hit the jackpot. This round's villain, the one who pulled all the strings, is Celestia Ludenberg, aka Tejo Yasuhiro. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce any of this. I have no choice but to fold. How terribly unfortunate. It seems from the very beginning I was mistaken in colluding with anyone. I just underestimated just how bird-brained Yamada could be. So it was you who proposed the partnership to Yamada. How did you convince him to get on board? I can't imagine he would agree to commit murder so easily. She's a professional liar. It couldn't have been that difficult. Goodness me, a professional liar. It was hardly anything extraordinary, I assure you. Then use that? Nothing gets past you, Kirigiri. Yes, it's just as you imagine. To bring Yamada under my control, I made use of that. Now, for those of you slow folk out there, they're referring to alter ego, but they can't say it in front of Monokuma. However, they already said Nagi already dropped that in at some point, didn't he? If you go back and check one of my earlier videos, I did point it out when Nagi said alter ego. For the sake of those whose lives are spared, I must regrettably speak in riddles, but I'm referring to the object to which both Yamada and Ishimaru have grown quite fond of. You mean alter ego, right? What's this? What's this? What you guys talking about? I'm in the middle of important business, don't interfere. Me always black sheep, me sad. Then you were the one who stole it, weren't you? Yes, that is correct. And using it, you roped Yamada into cooperating with you. Again, you are correct. Last night, after we dispersed from our little meeting, I paid Yamada's room a visit. Is there something you need? I have information I believe you would like to know. About the theft of a certain item, I know who the culprit is. Ishimaru, he stole it. I have proof as well, would you like to see it? And I showed him on that digital camera a photograph of that very thing in Ishimaru's bedroom that I prepared before visiting him. Of course, I deleted it right away. As I thought, 'twas him. But how? It was supposed to signal if he or I approached it. Which is why Ishimaru forced me to take it. Please forgive me, Ishimaru threatened me. He threatened you? Last night, Ishimaru suddenly came to my bedroom. What happened then pains me to recall. He forcibly... Wow. What? He even took pictures and said if I didn't help him, he would show them to everyone else. I'm sorry, I had no choice. That's quite a big lie. It's a weird thing too, because I was reading a book where someone got raped yesterday. It wasn't like a book purely about rape, don't get me wrong. I was reading Dead Island and one of the characters in there got raped, okay? Just don't think I'm one of those people who goes and reads that kind of book. I'm not one of those 50 Shades weirdos. He is a criminal, an unabashed criminal. That monster, I knew he'd fallen off the deep end. But I never imagined he would go this far. Oh, Yamada, such an easy mark. It's like he was born to be deceived. I speak these words for the first time in my life. I'll kill him! I'll annihilate Ishimaru. Please, wait. If you go now, you'll be walking straight into his trap. His trap? Ishimaru is planning to escape from this place, using what he stole, and his sights are set on you. He's planning to escape? Then could it be... Ishimaru intends to kill you, yes. What? So, also he can keep it for himself. That monster. Monster! Are you comfortable letting such a barbarian continue to run free? I will not let him run free. I will save her. In that case, would you join forces? I just so happen to have a plan for such an occasion. Huh? I have a very special method that would allow us to not only retrieve it, but also to escape from this academy. And that concludes my flashback. To whom are you speaking? Don't worry about it. Yamada agreed right away. The effect that item had was quite considerable. The power of love, however twisted that love may be, is a corrupting force. It's no holds barred playing with you, dudette. What? I'm confused. While we're at it, was Yamada the one responsible for that ridiculous costume? Yes, and caused so much more trouble than I bargained for. I quite simply asked him to prepare something that could be used to disguise one's face and posture. I had no idea he would prepare something like that, further solidifying my poor choice in accomplices. And why'd you try to frame it all on me, dude? Because you're an imbecile. That's it? You, on the other hand, were perfect. Your stupidity far exceeded my expectations and was of great help. But I feel very sorry for your parents. I'm crying on the inside, dude. Though, when going over the plan with Yamada, how do you explain him having to play dead? You mean what Yamada was supposed to do when it was revealed he wasn't actually dead? This is what I said to Yamada. Oh? When you show yourself again, having pretended to be dead, say I was on the verge of death but my wounds were not fatal. And Yamada believed that? That wasn't all, of course. If in the plan I presented to Yamada, I was supposed to kill someone else while he was being questioned. In doing so, he would have an alibi and be free of suspicion. He believed every word. One of the oldest tricks in the book. I just told a lie at his level. In truth, he didn't even question me. He believed that lie until the moment the hammer collided with his head. So you truly did intend to betray him from the very beginning. Naturally. Under this plan, the final death of a person who was feigning death would provide quite the boon. Just how little do you value human life? Less than a shard of a broken poker chip. I was simply doing whatever it took to win. Sound like toads, dude. In his case, this truly is a game. I don't think we can be compared that way. In that case, what drove you to go this far? Was it for the money? You're talking about Monokuma's 10 billion yen? While that is a considerable amount, that was in no way my only reason. From the moment we began our wretched lives in this academy, I could think of nothing but getting out. But weren't you always saying that we need to accept our fates, dude? Lying through my fucking teeth. Every waking moment, it was all I could do to endure this. More than every last one of you. I wanted nothing more than to get out of this hellhole. You want to know why, do you? Because I have a dream, and to live my whole life in this place was to throw away that dream. There's no way I could do something like that. My participation in underworld gambling tournaments, betting my life for enormous sums of money, it was all because of my dream. What's your dream, Solaz? To live in a European castle. A castle? And to surround myself with the most gorgeous men in the world, dress them as vampires and making them into my own personal secret service, doubling as butlers, thus transforming my world into a world of perfect aesthetic decadence. My dream and my objective was to live out my life in that world, my life's work. Had I been able to add Monokuma's 10 billion yen to my underworld winnings, I could have achieved that. That's as far as I made it. Regrettably, my dream has been shattered into like a falling teacup. To see what happens next, folks, join me for the next episode on the top right. The previous is on the top left, and the announcement video is in the bottom middle. So, that's it for this time. Until the next time, folks.